We on? Hello, everyone. Cup of tea, biscuits, just as we start our Samba away management days. Away day management away days, which we had when Sunday just gone. City Space, Sunderland University. Who was there?
So we had Ivan, we had John, we had Tunde, we had Debbie, we had Tawanda, and I think that was it.
Others gave their apologies. Sorry you couldn't be with us. We had a really good day looking at future direction of Sunderland Samba, particularly trying to focus on funding, and particularly Methodist Church funding. I think it was a really helpful day. We just wanted to share a few of the insights that we had on the day.
So
where's Ivan, by the way?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Was he not coming for this?
We can't find him.
Okay, we'll carry on anyway. I'm sure he might turn.
Okay, so back to you.
Actually, we started. So hopefully, all you members of sorry for pointing, but hopefully all you members of the management committee did watch Tunde's video. If you haven't, it's still there. Have a watch. It was really helpful. His ideas for the future, and I think we started the day by kind of giving feedback on that and identifying particular areas that we wanted to discuss more. And I know Ivan actually, he sort of identified the first area, which was sort of refugees and asylum seekers.
So I guess the idea of the refugee and asylum seekers is really to see how we can better engage with this community. I feel like we already do the Monday football and the summer football, the refugee asylum seekers, but I feel it's about how do we develop that more, because there's still a lot of potential in that area, again, especially in the city. We're currently linked up with City of Sanctuary and Foldy, Friends of Drop-In, who actually specifically work with refugee asylum seekers. So it's about having conversation with stakeholders like Gareth Phillips, who's part of the Methodist Church, and also Chris Howson, who is a chaplain at the Sunderland Minster. So those are sort of things we're thinking about, really developing projects around what we really do.
And I think some of the key issues that we talked about in the discussion was learning from other projects that we might already be involved with. There's maybe some football projects in other areas, particularly Middlesbrough. Maybe we can link more with them, get new ideas. We can benefit. We talked about the communication, how do we get the information out to people as well, and particularly we talked about developing the concept of physical and mental health. I think that might be a really important area for future funding, as well as we talked as well of not being funding led, but identifying key areas of funding that links to really what we're doing. I think that would certainly do. Then we moved on to the Methodist Church. We mentioned Gareth Phillips, who we were talking about. I think one of the things that we talked about that was linked to the community football in the summer.
I guess so. We feel like that there's a chance for the Methodist Church to connect more with this community of guys that we work with, refugee asylum seekers. And one of the ideas we have, because our summer football is usually at Rocco Beach, and sometimes we get 30, 40 guys attend, even over the space of the summer, if not more. And the idea now is to connect them with the local church. There's a Rocker Methodist Church there. So basically it's about connecting these guys with the local church, giving them the opportunity to actually minister to the needs of this community. And it's also we're building a larger community of family, which is something we've seen pockets around the city where churches have opened their doors and they've become, these guys that have come in, Iranians or from Iraq, they've really become part of family of this church. So we're trying to move forward and see how the Methodist Church could also take part in opening their doors and seeing how this relationship develops.
Okay, we then moved on to talking about volunteers, and in a number of different areas, but particularly how in general we can increase our base of volunteers, encourage them to grow and benefit from the project, developing more opportunities, even alongside the different activities that we already have. But we can even encourage more of the refugees and asylum seekers, different young people, to be more involved in the stuff like the Monday football or what they're already involved with. University students as well. I think Tunde's already been doing quite a lot on that, so we've made some good steps forwards, but still more to follow up on as well.
Yeah. And the next stage, I guess, is the Festival of Football, which is with children during the half term. So during the holidays, we have children between the ages of 7 to 11, and they really get involved with our project. So really, our conversation about this is like, how do we take this forward? And one of the biggest ways that was identified was with engaging parents within these sessions. So one idea that we have is, how do we bring that generational link between having parents come together with their child on a special day and just work together? We feel like that's one of the main directions, getting parents involved with their kids to build some sort of bond, which I feel is important. Secondly, as well, is with the parental involvement, we see parents coming to stand on the side and they encouraging their kids. So we're trying to see now, how do we involve these parents into about volunteering on different parts of Samba projects. I think that's probably, we feel like there's one of some of the specific opportunities that we have to really push the project forward.
Yes, Tunde and I, we talked about we're trained as facilitators with Care for the Family, Time Out for Parents. We're talking about how we might run some courses on parenting alongside Festival of Football or other activities, and again, particularly perhaps involve some other volunteers who are perhaps more experienced parents than Tunde and I. That's one for the future. But we talked about getting particular expertise, professional support in a number of areas, particularly around social enterprise, social media. Again, perhaps we just need to approach different organisations for that support a little bit more in the future, which would be helpful. So, I think so that was kind of the basics, I think, of the discussion on the feedback for the future direction, wasn't it? And we then went on to reflect a bit on the website. Again, I think you should have seen the questions that Debbie sent through with the agenda for the meeting. I'm sure you can still receive feedback via email if you want to look at those. I don't think we're going to talk much about it now, apart from we thought Matt had done a really good job on the website. It's looking a lot more sort of professional and welcoming in general. Well, I think we identified still quite a long list of different things that we might want to, but there were more sort of little tweaks rather than big things, I think. So I'm sure we'll be in touch and try to develop that more soon as well.
Okay.
Yeah. We went for lunch, stumble in. What did you have?
I had something.
You had
I had steak. Steak. I had steak. It's pretty hard.
What did I have? I can't. Hunter's chicken. Yeah,
It looked nice.
yeah, it was quite nice that. Yeah, so you missed out. Those of you who went there, missed out. It was a good. We chatted a lot, particularly around the Kenya project during lunch, which was the other area that Tunde had identified in his original video. I think mostly we talked about our experience of our recent trip in December, particularly around playing football with the girls in our trip to Korea, which was sort of quite enlightening, particularly around issues of female genital mutilation and the impact perhaps that we might have there in the future. Otherwise, we're also talking of, we've got our trip hopefully at Easter coming up, and we're working on that at the moment. So I think still a lot of potential Kenya project to come, and I think we'll look at that more, perhaps a bit more as well at our next meeting, which is going to be on 6th of March, 6:30 to 8 p.m. at the Co-op Centre, I think. Here. It's a Monday night, and the focus of that is going to be social enterprise. So I know Tunde did some a good work with the girls and the group out in Kenya to sort of explore that a bit more in their context. So that might come into the conversation a bit more at that next meeting. Anyway.
And also looking at how Sunderland Samba itself can, develop our part of social enterprise for young people and also moving forward.
So I think we came back from lunch and I think we just had one more activity then, which was where's my notes? Oh yeah, we had we divided into two groups to kind of do a pitch, a sort of Dragon's Den style pitch to the other group around one of the ideas for future funding that we'd had. So do you want to say just briefly what your group idea was?
So within my group we had Tawanda and we had Ivan, and basically we had a presentation about the Festival of Football and looking at some specific areas about what is the Festival of Football, what's that about, and then how can we, if we're to pitch it to investors, what kind of thing would we say? And we really just came up with what it's about, some of the impact, hearing from parents and young people, what have they said about it, all those positive stories, bringing it together, and then looking at, okay, actually, what does this look like in the future? How do we want to go about things? So it was really interesting to kind of see areas that we still need to work on, areas that we're really strong at. For me, that was really interesting. So yeah.
Okay, that's good. And I know in my group as well, I think we felt we benefited from working on that little presentation, if you like, together. Even though it was just quite a short time, it helped us get to grips, like you said, Tunde, with some of the issues and things to think about as we go forward. My group, we did a thing called Youth Exchange UK, which was around developing a project that might interest groups and individuals from around the UK to link with the Samba project around sports and different issues, gain experience, have some kind of interaction at different places, and perhaps also be part of a Kenya project trip or something at the end of the year. But really that focus on exchange and learning together, people from different backgrounds and communities. I think we were successful in getting £200,000 over 5 years, so we're looking forward to starting that next year. So, anything else from you, Tunde?
Again, it was a really nice meeting, and it was great to be part of it. Yeah. Really enlightening. We learned a lot, and thanks for everyone that came, and thanks for everyone that is also going to come to the next one.
Yeah,
this is very encouraging.
Yeah. So remember, Monday, 6th of March. Be there.
Be there.
Ivan, remember to be there.